Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. You are now watching a case discussion of Pfizer by our group Peony. Peony consists of 3 group members. I am Nid Nurul Fatihah and my other 2 members are Nur Nabila Shuhada and Nid Yasmin Namili. The case discussion consists of 3 parts. I will cover the introduction of the case as well as the analysis of the situation, and Nur Nabila will continue with the formulation of alternatives using unsolved matrix and will also list the decision criteria. Last but not least, Nid Yasmin will evaluate the alternatives and recommend the best solution to solve the issue in the case. Now, let me introduce you to the second largest pharmaceutical company in the world, Pfizer. Pfizer was founded in 1849 by 2 cousins, Charles Pfizer and Charles Earhart in Brooklyn, New York. They aimed to make the world a healthier place through their medical innovation. In 1940s, Pfizer had responded to an appeal from the United States government to expedite the manufacture of penicillin to treat the soldiers fighting in World War II, and this had made Pfizer to become the world's largest producer of the miracle drug penicillin. In 1955, Pfizer established its operation in other countries such as Belgium, Brazil, Canada, England, and many more. In 1999, Forbes magazine named Pfizer as the Company of the Year for their success in discovering and developing innovative drugs for human discovery. Throughout the half-centuries, Pfizer had involved in a massive merger and acquisitions and developed many successful drugs for the treatment of diabetes, hypertension, skin infections, and depression. Pfizer also had opened the Discovery Technology Center in Cambridge to enhance the drug discovery process. In 2000, Pfizer merges with Warner Lambert, bringing together 2 of the fastest growing companies in the pharmaceutical industry. From this successful merger, Pfizer gained branded and best-selling product lines such as Lipitor, a cholesterol-lowering drug, and Listerine mouthwash. In 2009, Pfizer acquired Wyeth, a prosperous pharmaceutical company, creating Pfizer with a broad range of products and therapies. Pfizer also creates 2 distinct research programs to bring more innovative medicines to more patients more quickly, which are the Pharma Therapeutics Research and Development Group, which focuses on small molecules research, and the Biotherapeutics Research and Development Group, which focuses on large molecule research, including vaccines. In this slide, we present to you with 3 of the most popular drugs manufactured by Pfizer, which are penicillin, an antibiotic used to treat bacterial infections in 1944 during the World War II, also Feldin, an anti-inflammatory drug marketed in 1980. It is the first Pfizer's product to reach a total of $1 billion in sales. The third one is Zoloft for treatment of depression, launched in 1992. On the right side of the slide, we had listed 3 major competitors of Pfizer. The first competitor is very common to us, which is Johnson & Johnson, which not only manufactures baby powder and lotions, but also produces high-priced specialty drugs used in the treatment of autoimmune disease, prostate cancer, and HIV/AIDS. Next is Merck & Co., which is the largest competitor of Pfizer's product Lipitor, that sells at a rate nearly $3 billion a year after Lipitor's expiration in 2011. The third in the list is Novartis AG, is the direct competitor of Pfizer in oncology products, as prescription treatments for cancer is one of their best sellers. Despite the success of this great innovator, Pfizer faced many challenges in legal, political, and technological forces. All manufacturers in the pharmaceutical industry are regulated by the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA. FDA oversees drug manufacturing and marketing and was granted the authority to direct pre-market review of drugs for new drug approvals and regulate the safety, labeling and storage, record keeping, and marketing of drugs. Fees are collected from drug manufacturers to aid in funding of pre-market review, which results in an increase in time and cost to launch new drugs in the market. Moreover, Pfizer faced a critical time as they were about to lose their patent for Lipitor by the end of November 2011. After 2 decades of driving Pfizer with billions of dollars worth of profit, this best-selling drug will receive competition as soon as the market starts to launch the general alternatives to Lipitor at lower price. In short, with inflation and strict regulations, Pfizer Incorporation need to put their focus on the efforts to maximize profit by minimizing the effects of the introduction of generic alternatives to Lipitor, as well as reducing undesirable cost of drugs disapprovals by the FDA. Now comes to the important part of a case analysis, which is to define the problem properly using the 5Ws question. First, who is the decision maker? The person responsible in this case is Ian Reid, the CEO of Pfizer, as he took over the position from his predecessor Jeffrey Candler in 2010. So what is the problem? The issue is on how does Pfizer minimizes the effect of patent expiration of Lipitor to secure their profit. Next, where does this case take place? It is at the headquarters of Pfizer in New York, United States. Why has the problem arisen? Because of the scheduled patent expiration of the billions worth revenue generator and the best-selling drug ever made, which is Lipitor. And lastly, when does the decision need to be made? The decision need to be made as soon as possible to prevent profit from falling. To further solve the issue, we first use SWOT analysis to identify and analyze Pfizer's internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as external opportunities and threats. This analysis provides a useful and effective way to understand the situation of the company. There are three strengths that can aid Pfizer's growth. First, since the millennium, Pfizer had ventured into huge mergers and acquisitions, acquiring companies with strong brands and innovations. These acquisitions had expanded Pfizer's capabilities and pharmaceuticals product that resulted in Pfizer to be among the world's largest pharmaceutical companies. Moreover, the second strength is having a global chain network. Throughout Pfizer's development, it has expanded its operation widely in other countries including Belgium, Brazil, China, Japan, and many more. This expansion has created a global chain network that eases their sourcing and supplying of products. Third, Pfizer also had invested largely in R&D, such as the opening of the Discovery Technology Center in Cambridge in 1999, invested more than $7.1 billion in R&D in 2003, and had established many R&D centers specializing in different areas of scientific exploration. Pfizer believed that long-term investment in R&D will be paid off years later as they market their good quality drugs for the benefit of the consumers. A strict and thorough R&D is crucial to ensure the drug is safe and effective. Therefore, these three internal strengths can benefit Pfizer throughout their strategy. The weakness discovered in the organization is lack of upward communication, as the employees are afraid to express their ideas, feelings, and any shortcomings from Pfizer's processes. This had resulted to some submitted applications not being reviewed by the FDA. Moreover, Pfizer has ongoing opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry, as the demand for medication will remain as people strive to stay healthy and will always find ways to cure diseases globally. On another note, Pfizer encountered threats from the generic alternatives of Lipitor, as other manufacturers can develop and market the alternative to the cholesterol-lowering drug at cheaper price. Pfizer also incurred a high cost of compliance to FDA regulations, such as during the pre-market review process. I hope all of you had clearly understand on the analysis of Pfizer's situation explained earlier. Next, Nur Nabila will brief on the strategies involved to solve the issue using unsolved metrics.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Nur Nabila Shahada. I will continue to the next part, which is the populations of alternative. We choose to use unsolved metric to develop alternative. Firstly, market penetration, which means the existing market and existing product. We aim to increase production capacity and enhance distribution. The increment of product capacity, such as for high demand drugs, will allow Pfizer to reach more customers in the same market, as well as lead to greater efficiency and effectiveness, as well as affordability, especially in order to control overhead and fixed costs. Hence, the distributions of the drugs needs to expand by using new, creative, and innovative ways to promote. The intention is to make it accessible to all consumers in the same market. As a result, it leads to competitive pricing and increased attractiveness in the same market. This results in increased sales and consumption for the existing drugs in the same market. Secondly, market development. That means that the business manage the existing product in a new market. Advertise and promote products in other regional areas can contribute an increment in financial. Pfizer needs to have an overview regarding their market expansions and conduct a depth analysis to develop a comparative strategy as well as consider any cultural differences that need to be concerned during the process, such as advertisement and methods of use, as it will be accessed by different groups of consumers. It may expand business market locally in different cities or within the same geographical area. Pfizer also needs to pay attention and understand the possibility of cultural differences and to its expansion strategy appropriately. The next strategy would be product development, where Pfizer may introduce new products within the existing market. The Research and Development Department, R&D, in Pfizer may invest and conduct research in producing and launching new drugs that satisfy consumers' demand. In the pharmaceutical industry, R&D is the most widely earned result. That is the main reason Pfizer needs to pay particular attention to understand the market trend and consumer behavior, because nowadays consumers are aware regarding the sustainability and concern about environmental changes, that they tend to use environmentally friendly product. Finally, diversification. Diversification is where it focuses on the business growth and development that occur when a company is engaged in the productions of new products in new market. This kind of strategy has a high risk, as if the strategy goes well, the company will benefit from it, and if not, it will have a bad impact on the whole organization. Pfizer can also diversify into a corporation by involving in a totally different business nature. It will engage Pfizer to explore new business ideas which promote creativity and innovation, as well as options to launch or acquire for business growth and development purposes. Pfizer may establish a subsidiary or joint venture or acquire a preferential company to diversify into a new market completely with new consumer communities and new products or services. Absolutely, it will not relate to the existing business management and processes. We move to next part, which is decision criteria. The CEO of Pfizer wants to develop a strategy to make the company's revenue out of danger and manage to minimize external risks that may occur in future. Consequently, it may be beneficial to others by giving a better and long-term life to the community, as well as sustaining the business. So we came up with 3 criteria needed to derive an ultimate solution. First and foremost is profitability. As stated in the article, it emphasized that Pfizer's sales revenue does not indicate a good figure in which the revenue is decreasing gradually over the past 5 years. Scrutinizing, managing, and monitoring sales and expenses incurred in Pfizer is crucial to achieve goal congruence. Secondly, product sustainability. This is where Pfizer needs to maintain the operations or productions of drugs that are in high demand. Then, the product line will be in high demand in the market. Consequently, it may be able to fulfill the needs of the community. Hence, Pfizer can help the community in living a good and long-term life. Next, the third decision criteria is to increase the investment in R&D, as this is the main source of income to Pfizer. The allotment for this part should not be a part of the cutting costs, as initially a pharmaceutical industry needs a lot of research to get into the latest medicine for living things. Hence, this can help Pfizer to improve the existing products and develop attractive and new products that absolutely can attract more consumers. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, I am Yasmin. I will be presenting on the analysis of alternatives part. Firstly, we are going to start with evaluating the first alternative, which is to increase production and capacity and enhance distribution that is derived through market penetration medium. This first alternative will contribute to high profitability due to the fact that both production and distribution will be increased, and through this, the company is going to be able to reach many users in the same market, hence possibly increasing the revenue stream and the profit for Pfizer Inc. Next, this alternative also satisfies the second decision criteria, which is product sustainability. By enhancing the distribution channel to reach more people within the same market, we can predict that this could contribute to the product's marketing and that it will cause the product to be more popular, and this could help in making the product line become more sustainable by having more consumers. However, this initiative would not require much research and development, and thus it does not satisfy the third decision criteria. This is because it only focuses on marketing the existing product in the existing market, and thus rather than being involved in research and development, this alternative would require more planning and efforts on marketing and promotion strategy. Next, the second suggestion of alternative, which is to advertise and promote products in other regional areas, is derived from the market development medium. Similar to the previous alternative, this alternative is also high on profitability and product sustainability, but low on research and development involvement. This initiative focuses on marketing the existing products in the new market, and thus it could lead to profitability by reaching out to new consumers in the new market, and could also help the product line to sustain in the long run. However, like the first alternative, this initiative does not require research and development, as you are only going to expand the market of the existing products into new markets. Thirdly, the alternative suggested was to launch new drugs to satisfy customers' demand, and this is derived through the product development medium. This alternative focuses on developing new products, but to only market them in the existing market. Because of this, it is high on profitability due to the new additional product line that would be in the market that causes the revenue of the company to increase as a whole. Next, it is medium on product sustainability since it involves introducing new products. When we introduce a new product line to the market, it is hard to predict the sustainability of the said product since it is still at the introductory phase. Lastly, it will be high on research and development involvement, as the research and development stage will be the most crucial and mandatory phase when developing a new product. A reason why we have chosen this third decision criteria that requires research and development in an initiative is because we believe that through doing the research and development on new products, on top of being able to expand our revenue stream once the organization has come up with a new product, it also allows the organization to own the patent of the product to some extent, and this is a valuable asset acquisition for Pfizer Inc., considering that the drug firm was already facing the impending patent expiration of a product called Lipitor. The fourth and the last suggestion of alternative is for the company to explore new business and diversify into a new market. This is an alternative that is derived from the diversification medium. Similar to the previous alternative, this solution is high on profitability, medium on product sustainability, and high on research and development involvement. This alternative is high on profitability because it shares the same reason as the previous alternative, which was that a new product line could increase the company's revenue as a whole. It is also medium on product sustainability due to the fact that this initiative involves producing new products and that it is hard to predict a product's success and sustainability at the introductory phase. And the fact that this initiative includes entering a new market makes it even harder for the company to assess its sustainability in the long run. Lastly, it definitely satisfies the third decision criteria, as a new product's production definitely needs to pass through the crucial research and development process. However, a risky part of this alternative is that it aims to penetrate a new market using the new product. So careful consideration about the type of products that are going to suit the consumers from the new market need to be done. Also, a lot of studies on the drugs or medicines regulations on the specific country need to be performed. This alternative also exposes the company to a lot of uncertainties such as the taxation and company laws of the country and many other things. Based on the decision alternatives evaluation, the alternatives of product development and diversification satisfies most of the decision criteria as compared to market penetration and market development. These two suggestions of alternatives score similarly on all three decision criteria, but after analysing the risk that is associated with each alternative, we have identified product development to be less risky than diversification, and thus our chosen alternative would be to launch new drugs to satisfy customers' demand. Firstly, to introduce a new product line into the existing market, Pfizer Inc. needs to start off with doing research on a new product line idea. By doing this, the company needs to identify the type of product that they want to produce and commercialize, as well as the purpose of the product. In other words, the company can do this initial research by measuring the opportunities that are available in the market through surveys, observations, market trends, buying habits, and many more. For example, few of the questions that could be answered in this phase are: what is the improvement that could be done from the existing products? What are the distinctive features that should be available in the new product for it to be unique? Or, what are the problems that the new product will be trying to solve? On top of that, to understand customers and market requirements for new products, the company can use a product development tool like Kano model to assist the process. Next, after deciding what kind of product that the company would want to produce and its details, the second stage is for Pfizer Inc. to make, build, and test the prototype. This is the crucial phase, as this is where research and development is involved, and there will be a lot of testing afterwards. The research and development phase is the most crucial part of the supply chain, as good investment in research and development could prevent future costs from happening, such as defects compensation and warranty costs. But given that the company agrees to respond to the result, critics, and feedback during this stage, the company should not only test if the product works as it is supposed to, but the company also should test for malfunctions and deficiencies of the product. Following the product testing, the company should also try to answer the question of whether the product performs efficiently with regards to the cost invested and if the best prototype can be created within the expected time frame. The third step is to write a marketing strategy and plan. This is because a good product alone is not enough to ensure the sales and the profitability of the product, and that it must be accompanied with a good marketing strategy and plan. The marketing plan acts as the most basic and initial part of the marketing efforts. It covers market analysis, goals and objectives, and marketing budget. It is also important to note that marketing plan development is a continuous process and needs to be updated all the time. On the other hand, marketing strategy, which is a subset of marketing plan, talks about how the company would want to position the new product in the market, and this could involve the 5 P's of marketing, which discusses the product, price, promotion, place, and people. Fourth, when the time arrives, the company should be launching the new product into the existing market. During this phase, a launch plan that outlines when, how, and where to launch the product could set an early momentum that could shape the way the new product is perceived in the market. One of the many ways to set up a good product launch is by giving teasers so that people would anticipate the product, and also by attaching a tagline that would make the product unique instead of only focusing on the technical innovation of the product. For example, the company can use a tagline that would emotionally touch people's heart instead of just marketing the product as a medicinal drug. Fifth, it is important to keep reviewing the new product that has been launched regularly. This is because it could prepare the company to anticipate any changes that are happening in the market, or if there are substitute products coming into the market that would increase the competition. Lastly, since Pfizer Inc. is a pharmaceutical manufacturer, it is best to get the new product patented. On top of ensuring that there will be no legal copycats in the market, patents are also an intangible asset that could help increase the company's asset value as a whole. So, that is all from me and my group. Thank you for taking some time to listen to our presentation, and we hope to see you guys in the next session for the Q&A session. Thank you.